Right then, let's talk guns. Not just any gun, mind you. We're talking about the AK-47, a weapon so iconic, so widespread, it's practically got its own postcode. But where did this legend come from? Well, buckle up, because we're going back in time to 1947 to meet a bloke named Mikhail Kalashnikov. Now, Mikhail wasn't some highfalutin weapons designer with fancy degrees. He was a soldier, a tanker in the Red Army during World War II, and he saw firsthand the shortcomings of the rifles they were using. They jammed, they were too complicated, and they couldn't take the rough and tumble of the battlefield. Kalashnikov, he reckoned he could do better, and boy, did he ever. See, Kalashnikov, he was a tinkerer at heart. Even as a kid, he loved taking things apart and putting them back together. So while he was laid up in the hospital after being wounded, he started sketching out his ideas for a new kind of rifle. One that was simple, reliable, and could handle anything you threw at it. And so the AK-47 was born. AK for Avtomat Kalashnikova, Kalashnikov's automatic rifle, and 47 for the year it was finalized. This wasn't just a new rifle, it was a game changer. Now, you might be thinking, what's so special about this AK thing? Looks like a regular old rifle to me. And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. The AK-47 isn't much to look at. It's not sleek or fancy, but that's the beauty of it. It's built for one thing and one thing only, to work. Kalashnikov, he knew that on the battlefield, simplicity is king. The fewer moving parts a gun has, the less there is to go wrong. And the AK-47 is a masterpiece of simplicity. It's easy to strip down, easy to clean, and easy to put back together. Heck, even a child soldier could manage it, which is a chilling thought. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This rifle is tough as nails. It can handle mud, sand, dust, you name it. It'll keep firing when other guns would choke. That's because Kalashnikov designed it with loose tolerances, meaning there's more wiggle room between the parts. And then there's the 7.62 by 39mm cartridge. It's not the most powerful round out there, but it'll do the job. It's got a good balance of stopping power and controllability. It didn't take long for word of the AK-47 to get around. The Soviet Union, they saw the potential of this weapon and they started churning them out by the millions. And they weren't shy about sharing either. They gave AKs to their allies, sold them on the cheap, even let other countries produce their own versions. Soon the AK-47 was everywhere, from the jungles of Vietnam to the deserts of Afghanistan, from the streets of Baghdad to the favelas of Rio. It became the weapon of choice for revolutionaries, freedom fighters, terrorists, and everyone in between. Why? Because it was affordable, readily available, and most importantly, it worked. You didn't need to be a crack shot to use an AK. It was forgiving, reliable, and it packed a punch. The AK became a symbol. To some, it represented liberation, a way to fight back against oppression. To others, it was a symbol of fear, chaos, and destruction. Whatever you thought of it, there was no denying the impact it had on the world. Section 4, the AK family grows variations on a theme. Now, the AK-47 wasn't perfect, no weapon is. So, over the years, there have been a few tweaks and improvements. In the 1950s, they came out with the AKM, which was lighter and more accurate. Then there's the AK-74, which uses a smaller, faster bullet, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are literally dozens of variations of the AK out there, each one tailored to a specific need or preference. You've got short-barreled versions for close-quarters combat, long-barreled versions for sniping, even versions that can fire grenades. But despite all these variations, the core design principles of the AK-47 remain the same: simplicity, reliability, and ease of use. It's a testament to Kalashnikov's genius that his design has stood the test of time. Section 5, Beyond the Battlefield, the AK as icon. The AK-47, it's more than just a weapon. It's an icon. It's been featured in countless movies, TV shows, video games, and songs. It's even found its way onto flags and coats of arms. In some parts of the world, the AK is seen as a status symbol. It's a sign of power, respect, and even fear. It's become so ingrained in our collective consciousness that it's almost impossible to imagine modern warfare without it. Section 6, the AK today, still going strong. So where are we now? Well, Mikhail Kalashnikov, he died in 2013 at the ripe old age of 94, but his creation, it lives on There are an estimated 100 million AK-47s and its variants in circulation today. That's more than any other firearm in history. It's still being used in conflicts all over the world, and why not? It's cheap, it's effective, and it's everywhere. The AK-47 is a testament to the fact that sometimes the simplest solution is the best. It's a rifle that changed the world, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.